How many times have you found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., trying to find the strength to face another day? These moments are like storms that seem to have no end, aren't they? Sometimes it seems that all we need is a guide, something to help us navigate through these difficult times. If you've ever felt this way, know that you're not alone. And it is precisely in these situations that Stoic philosophy can offer valuable assistance. First of all, we sincerely thank you. Our Stoic community has been welcomed by many people. They are souls looking for wisdom, patience, and a way to face difficult times. It's not just a question of numbers. It's a testament to our collective quest for a better life. Number 1. Cultivate inner strength. Life is like sailing on a big ocean full of surprises. Sometimes we are calm and quiet, and on other days we face intense storms that test our courage. In these storms, our inner strength becomes a valuable treasure. This strength is not related to physical power, but to the resilience of the soul, the determination of the mind, and the courage of the heart. It's like a calm whisper in the midst of chaos, asking us to be a little more patient. Epictetus, a famous philosopher, once said, "What really matters is not what happens to you, but how you react to it." These words guide us, reminding us that our reactions, shaped by our inner strength, define the course of our journey. External events, no matter how challenging, only have power over us if we allow them to. By cultivating a solid inner strength, we can face difficulties with grace, turning obstacles into opportunities for growth. Building this inner strength requires constant effort. It involves daily choices, small acts of courage, and the willingness to see challenges as chances to evolve. It's about seeking knowledge, learning from experiences, and understanding that every failure hides a lesson. Let's imagine a situation in which you are looking for a new job, attending several interviews without achieving the desired success. Instead of being discouraged by these apparently unfavorable experiences, you decide to invest in your self-development. By learning valuable lessons from the interviews that didn't work out, you strengthen your confidence and, over time, manage to land the job of your dreams. This inner strength not only prevents you from giving up in the face of obstacles, but also turns every challenge into an opportunity for personal growth. In the process of cultivating this inner strength, we not only prepare ourselves to face the difficulties that life throws at us, but we also enable ourselves to achieve goals that previously seemed unattainable. It's crucial to remember that the core of a truly meaningful life lies not in the absence of challenges, but in the ability to overcome them with unshakable inner strength. Thus, by facing adversity, we are not only building resilience, but also shaping the path to achieving goals that enrich our personal journey. Each challenge overcome is a step in building this inner strength, a precious tool that drives us to live more fully and satisfactorily. Number 2, living fully in the present. In a time full of uncertainty, valuing the present moment is rare. We often get caught up in regrets from the past or worry about the future, missing out on the beauty and potential of now. However, Stoic philosophy emphasizes that time is fleeting, encouraging us to make the most of every moment. Marcus Aurelius's words remind us that time is a limited resource. Every second spent on negative thoughts or worries is a second we haven't fully lived. The Stoics promote a conscious life, valuing each breath, each encounter, and each challenge as if it were unique. So ask yourself, are you just existing or really living? By embracing the present and diving headfirst into each experience, we build a fuller and more satisfying life, in tune with the Stoic search for contentment and clarity. Imagine yourself sitting in front of a window on a quiet evening, in serene surroundings. The gentle sound of the rain echoes outside, while the moonlight casts its glow. What are you doing? Reading a book you love. At that moment, you're immersed in the story, absorbing every word. You don't think about work, you don't worry about tomorrow, and you don't blame past mistakes. Your attention is totally focused on the page in front of you, intensely living the experience. Right now, as you read these words, you are living a unique experience. Each page of the book of your life is being turned, and it is essential to appreciate each moment, because time is irreversible. This way of looking at life is inspired by Stoic philosophy, which encourages us to adopt a present moment mentality. This means that we evaluate each experience with total awareness and dedicate ourselves to making the most of it as if it were a valuable gift. The philosophy of the present moment not only gives us a deeper appreciation of life, it also offers a wise approach to facing challenges and difficulties. Instead of being anxious about the future or dwelling on the past, we are guided to focus our attention on what we can control now. This practical perspective helps us to remain calm and clear in all situations, allowing us to face life's challenges with a balanced mindset. Therefore, by practicing the present moment, you not only enrich your daily journey, but also build the foundation for a fuller and more meaningful life. Number 3, practice patience. Have you ever noticed a flower opening? It is in no hurry to show its beauty. It slowly opens its petals, revealing its wonder at just the right moment. Just like that flower, our lives have a rhythm, a way of happening, and like the peaceful blossoming of a flower, we also need to learn the art of patience. Every time you hold a loved one's hand in a moment of silence, do you feel a deeper connection than words can express? Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once thought, "Time is like a river, a strong current of events that we see only once, and which soon passes us by, and another comes and goes." This profound reflection reminds us that time, with its constant movement, brings both challenges and successes. Our impatience often arises from the desire to control this flow, to quickly embrace what is good and avoid what is bad. However, the real power lies in understanding that we can't direct the river of time, but we can choose how to navigate it. Patience isn't just waiting, it's waiting with purpose. It's understanding that every moment has its meaning, even if it's not immediately clear. When we incorporate the practice of patience into our lives, we are not simply passing the time, we are actually preparing ourselves to grow and improve in a meaningful way. That way, when the right time comes, we'll be truly ready to make the most of it, reaping the rewards of our patience and perseverance. Think of patience as growing a plant that requires special care. Like a rose bush that loves sunbathing, you dedicate time every day to caring for it, providing the right amount of sunlight, water, and nutrients. However, even after weeks of diligent care, the plant still hasn't blossomed into flowers. At this point, it can be tempting to feel discouraged and wish that the flowers would appear immediately. However, the rosebush teaches us a valuable lesson about patience. A plant cannot bloom overnight. It is quietly preparing for a special moment. When the flowering season finally arrives, we are presented with the sight of beautiful roses in full bloom. It's at that moment that we realize that the wait was essential for the beauty we are witnessing. So the next time impatience knocks on your door, remember the developing rosebush and the constantly flowing river. Know that, just as flowers bloom in due time, your special moment will also come. And when it does, you'll realize that every moment of waiting will have been worth it. Before moving on to the next issue, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to receive more valuable content like this that could change your life. Number 4, practice gratitude. In the midst of the challenges and hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's very easy to focus on what we lack, the opportunities we've missed, the things we want but don't have, and the problems that seem difficult to overcome. However, there is a simple practice that can change our outlook and bring light to even the most difficult days. Gratitude. By taking a moment to recognize the good in our lives, we not only find satisfaction, but also build a foundation of resilience against life's difficulties. Seneca, a well-respected philosopher, elegantly said, "True happiness is enjoying the present without anxious dependence on the future." This wisdom reminds us that joy doesn't always come from wanting more, but from appreciating what we already have. Whether it's the warmth of a friend's smile, the comfort of a home, or the simple pleasure of a cup of tea, there is always something to be grateful for. In that cup of tea, perhaps you can savor the memories of laughter shared with loved ones, or the solace it provided on a cold and lonely night. By recognizing these moments and appreciating them, we cultivate a mindset that sees the silver lining in every cloud. Cultivating gratitude goes beyond just recognizing the happy moments in our lives. It also means looking for something positive in the difficulties we face. Every challenge that arises represents a valuable opportunity for growth, learning, and empowerment. Therefore, when we are faced with complicated situations, it is essential to pause and look for something, even something small, for which we can feel gratitude. By training our mind to find positive aspects even in the most difficult circumstances, we are not trying to change the situation itself. Instead, we are directing our focus to what is under our control, our perspective and emotional response. This change of mindset can have a significant impact on our ability to face challenges with more resilience and optimism. Number 5. Cultivate compassion. Have you ever thought about the battles that other people may be facing, even if they smile or keep a quiet look on their face? Each of us has a unique journey, full of personal challenges and joys. However, even when we face our own struggles, there is always an opportunity like a golden thread that can connect us to others. Marcus Aurelius once said, "What harms the hive harms the bee." This statement, although simple, has a profound meaning. When we share kindness, understanding, and empathy with others, we not only help them, but also nurture our common human spirit. Compassion is not just feeling sorry or sad for someone else's difficulties. It's understanding the other person's pain as if it were your own, and taking steps, however small, to alleviate it. Developing compassion requires conscious effort. It involves listening more than talking, feeling more than judging, and acting rather than just observing. Imagine you're walking along the beach and you come across a woman who looks sad. You stop, listen, and offer advice. Instead of just feeling sorry for her, you share her pain and comfort her. This encounter not only helps the woman, but also adds meaning and harmony to your own life. In this way, over time, you have built a solid and charming little bridge, a structure that brings more and more balance and joy into your heart, making your life richer with good experiences and more full of meaning. In a world that sometimes seems full of divisions, compassion acts like a magical bridge that unites hearts and has the power to heal wounds. When we incorporate and cultivate this special quality in our lives, we are not only helping others, but we are also discovering a deeper meaning and sense of satisfaction that permeates our own existence. In the enormous tapestry of life, where each person is like a tiny piece of fabric, our lives intertwine in fascinating ways. By choosing to be compassionate, we are contributing to a more beautiful, balanced, and harmonious design for everyone. Compassion as a thread weaves a fabric that connects the diverse human experiences, creating a social fabric that reflects not only individuality, but also the interconnectedness and beauty that arise when we care about each other. In this context, compassion is not just a bridge between hearts. It is also a fabric that unites everyone's stories, creating a collective masterpiece of empathy and understanding. Number 6. Seek wisdom. Wisdom is not something given to just a lucky few. It is like an often hidden treasure, ready to be discovered by those who have the courage and determination to seek it out. Your journey so far exploring these lessons shows that you are sincerely seeking wisdom. Your commitment is worthy of praise and is a clear sign that you are on the right path. The philosopher Seneca once said, "As long as you are alive, keep learning how to live." This is not just an incentive to accumulate knowledge, but an invitation to seek a deeper understanding, ask questions, reflect, and grow. True wisdom does not lie in having all the answers. It lies in asking the right questions and having the humility to learn from both success and failure. Actively seeking wisdom requires an open heart and a curious mind. It involves listening more than talking, observing more than showing off, and understanding that every person you meet, every experience you live, brings with it a lesson. Wisdom is like a path we follow throughout life, not a final destination to be reached. Imagine yourself as a young entrepreneur, always immersed in the incessant pursuit of financial goals and professional success. Now, as you get to know Stoic philosophy, you begin to notice a transformation in the way you see the world. The realization that material wealth is no guarantee of lasting happiness begins to shape your choices. Instead of chasing unbridled success, you learn to live according to Stoic principles, valuing essential aspects such as humility, ethics, and contribution to the community. This change in perspective reveals that true happiness is not only anchored in professional success, but also in building a meaningful and morally correct life. On this journey in search of wisdom, every step, sensation, and discovery becomes a moment to be cherished. Remember that in the search for wisdom, the journey itself is the greatest reward. Each learning experience along the way contributes to enriching the soul, sharpening the mind, and broadening the vision, showing that wisdom is a continuous process of self-discovery and growth. This self-knowledge can be made easier with the knowledge of the ancients, who have spent their whole lives trying to discover the best ways of self-discovery and have documented it step by step. And using their knowledge, we've created an ebook to help you on your journey. We made it so that you can discover how to deal with the difficulties of the mind in the modern world and help you overcome negative emotions. It's accessible to everyone. It's in the first comment. Take a look. Number 7. Embrace the present moment. Life has funny ways of surprising us. Sometimes it feels like we're juggling a lot of things at once and that the whole world is weighing on our shoulders. Remember that time when you felt the pressure of an approaching deadline or the sadness of something that happened recently. But here's a secret. The strength to face these challenges lies in the present moment. It's easy to get lost in tomorrow's worries or yesterday's regrets, but the only moment we can really control is what's happening now. Marcus Aurelius shared some valuable wisdom that deserves to be remembered. You have control over your mind, not over external events. Understand this, and you will discover your strength. This phrase is not just a combination of complicated words, it is a call to action. It reminds us that even when we can't control what happens around us, we have the power to control our reactions. Let's explore the meaning of this message further. By directing our attention to the present moment, we can make decisions that are in line with our values. This means that even in the most challenging circumstances, we still have the ability to choose how we respond. Try, for example, focusing on the now during times of stress. Feel your breath. Notice the sounds around you and recognize that it is in this moment, here and now, that your true power lies. Number 8. Master the pause. In life's hectic journey, we are often faced with sudden and uncontrollable changes that lead us to react impulsively. We can be guided by immediate emotions or make hasty decisions without careful analysis. However, Stoic philosophy shows us a different view, highlighting the importance of brief moments full of hidden potential. Between what happens and our response, in the midst of all life's challenges and temptations, there is a short instant in which we can pause and reflect on how we should react. It's just a small window, but in it lies our great freedom and the essence of our wisdom. Stopping in that fleeting moment gives us a clear choice to act wisely. It's an opportunity for reason to lead, rather than allowing instinct to control, ensuring that our actions are in tune with our deepest principles. In that brief interval, we find the power to shape our destiny through a thoughtful decision. Let's imagine you're a sports enthusiast preparing for a marathon, but bad weather prevents you from training outdoors. Instead of worrying, you apply the Stoic philosophy. You recognize that the weather is beyond your control and adjust your training schedule. As the race approaches, you pride yourself on your patience and determination. Stoic philosophy has helped you to focus on what you can control and to show resilience in any situation, resulting in a positive race experience. Stoic philosophy teaches us that it is not necessary to eliminate emotions, but rather to learn to control and guide them. By developing the ability to see each situation clearly and discerningly, we can make decisions based on ethics and principles, rather than relying solely on emotions or instincts. This deep and conscious understanding of our emotions not only allows us to navigate life in a more balanced way, but also contributes to building a meaningful life in line with our true nature. When faced with challenges or exciting situations, Stoic philosophy encourages us to explore our internal reactions, understanding the origin of our emotions. By understanding these feelings, we are able to choose responses that reflect our values and long-term goals, rather than giving in to momentary impulses. Thus, instead of repressing emotions, we learn to use them as tools to improve our understanding and act in a way that is more in line with what really matters in our lives. By following this path, Stoic philosophy guides us in the search for a fuller and more meaningful existence. Number 9. Learn from adversity. Imagine a blacksmith creating a sword. He heats and shapes the raw metal with strong blows from the hammer until it becomes a sharp blade. In the same way, the challenges in our lives, however difficult, have the power to transform us. They hone our ethics, making us better versions of ourselves. Seneca, a classical Stoic philosopher, once said, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as work strengthens the body." Even though these are ancient words, they still carry an eternal truth. Challenges, failures, and difficulties are not just obstacles. They are opportunities to grow, learn, and discover our inner strength. Each challenge is a hidden lesson waiting to be revealed. Embracing difficulties doesn't mean looking for trouble or enjoying suffering. It's recognizing the value in struggles. It means changing our perspective, seeing challenges as steps towards wisdom and development. When you encounter challenging moments in life, it's useful to remember the story of the blacksmith and the sword. Just as the blacksmith forges a strong, sharp sword by subjecting it to intense heat and hammering, in the same way, our challenges can be the driving force for improving our own resilience and character. Each obstacle we face can be seen as an opportunity for growth, like the blows applied to the sword by the blacksmith. From this perspective, we can understand that, with the right attitude, life's difficult moments are not just obstacles to be overcome, but elements that contribute to sculpting our personal journey. By facing challenges head-on and learning from them, we can transform ourselves into constantly evolving works of art. It's as if each difficult experience is an additional trait, shaping us in unique and valuable ways. So the next time you're faced with adversity, remember the wisdom of the blacksmith and see how these challenges can be the tools that shape a masterpiece called you. Number 10. Understand what is under your control. Life is like a stormy night. The thunder rumbles, the lightning flashes brightly, and the wind blows hard, trying to knock us down. We can't tell the storm to stop or control where the lightning goes. However, we can choose to light a candle, seek shelter, and hold fast to what sustains us. The most important thing is not to command the storm, but to understand what we can and cannot do. Epictetus once said something that still makes sense today. We can't choose what happens around us, but we can always choose how we respond. It's a simple but profound idea. We often spend energy worrying about things that are out of our control, things that we can't change no matter how hard we try. What if instead we focused on what we can influence? Our reactions, emotions, and decisions. These are the candles we can light in the darkness. Imagine being in a place where the work is difficult, with a lot of pressure and important tasks. You do your best, but there are things beyond your control. Following the idea of the Stoics, you focus on what you can control. You work hard and use your time well. You decide how to deal with pressure without worrying about what you can't change. In this way, you focus on your performance and make sure you give it your all. You don't let pressure and external things affect your mood, which helps you achieve good results at work. In the midst of challenges, it's important to remember one important thing. You have the power of choice. Although you can't stop the rain or silence the thunder, the decision to dance in the rain or seek shelter is completely in your hands. Understanding clearly what is in your control is liberating. This understanding not only helps you overcome difficulties, but also plays a crucial role in how you position yourself in the face of them. When difficult times present themselves, remember that control over your choices is the key to facing adversity. This is the first step not only to dealing with challenges, but also to thriving in the midst of them. And when the sun finally shines again, you'll realize that the storm doesn't define the entire narrative. The real story is intrinsically linked to the way you chose to face it. Each choice, each step taken in the dance of life, contributes to building your own story of overcoming and resilience. Our overcoming often comes from true and meaningful love, and the Stoics had this in mind. To find out what true love really is, click on the video on the screen and watch it now.